The goal of this video is to talk about a literature review, a synthesis matrix, and how these two things are connected. First question is, what is a literature review? Really, it is just a summary of what your research says, and it is not organized source by source. It is organized topic by topic. It shows how ideas from your research overlap with each other. So maybe you're noticing that more than one of your sources agree and they're saying the same thing. You would want to emphasize that in your literature review. Maybe you're noticing that your sources are debating with each other. It could be directly debating. One author references the other source and they say something like, this source says this, I disagree, I think something else. So it could be some kind of direct debate, or it could be an indirect debate. You have two sources that conflict with their thinking. One source talks about one thing, another source says something completely different. So maybe there's a debate there that's direct or indirect, and you would want your literature review to showcase that as well. Or maybe there's some kind of qualification happening. So maybe one source is providing an idea, and then another one of your sources is furthering or qualifying that idea. And again, these types of overlaps between your sources can be direct, where sources are actually referencing other sources that you found, or they can be indirect, where the ideas are there, but they're not necessarily calling out one particular source that you have. So the point of a literature review is to summarize that content. And again, what's very important is that your literature review does not go or is not structured source by source. A structure of source by source would be, first you write a paragraph summarizing one of your sources. Then you have another paragraph summarizing another source. That is not what I want you to do. A literature review should synthesize those ideas and show how they are overlapping, so they will be structured, the literature review will be structured topic by topic. One paragraph talks about one topic, shows how all of the sources are discussing that topic and what they're saying about it. Move on to a new paragraph where you have a new topic and what sources talk about that topic and what they have to say. And that's the point of your literature review, is to showcase someone else's ideas. So what is a synthesis matrix? A synthesis matrix is a table that organizes ideas source by source and topic by topic. So what you can see here is sort of a spreadsheet, table, grid, however you want to think about it. The reason that we do a synthesis matrix is because sometimes we have sources that are so dense and so heavy, and they cover so many different minute details of their topic or their idea that it can be difficult to pull out exactly what that source is saying about something specific. When you start to break down the topics a source talks about and identify, okay, in pages 1 through 3, it covers this content. Then it switches focuses and moves on to something new. When you break down what it is your source is saying about the various topics that it covers, kind of like outlining the source, so to speak, it's easier to see what information is present, and it makes it a lot easier to summarize just the relevant information if you're going to explain how that information is connected to the relevant information in another source. So really the whole point of a synthesis matrix is a way to visually organize information that you're finding in a source in a more meaningful way so that you can write a report or a literature review. You can identify redundancies in sources where maybe multiple sources are saying the same things, and especially for our purposes, helps you identify some gaps in the research that you found. Okay. How do you create a synthesis matrix? First, you need all your sources. You can create a synthesis matrix as you're researching, but if you've found all your sources, you want to just collect those all in one spot. Open them all up on tabs on your browser, print them all out, and have them with you. And then you want to create a table with one extra row than the number of sources you have. So if you have 3 sources, you need 4 rows. If you have 4 sources, you need A table with 5 rows. 5 sources, you need 6 rows. How many columns does your table need? Well, that kind of depends on the number of topics you're going to cover in your literature review. So if you are covering 3 topics in your literature review, then you need 4 columns, because you need a column to house the titles of all of your sources. So why don't we take a look? Here's what a synthesis matrix will look like once you've identified your sources and the number of topics that you want to talk about in your literature review. So you're going to put all of your sources on the very left column. You might put the title of the source and the author, maybe a link to find the source quickly. And then you want to identify some key topics that your sources talk about. There might be a source that doesn't address a topic, and that's fine. You should still put it as one of your column headers. There might be a couple of sources that don't address a topic, but what are some of the big topics collectively that most of your sources are talking about? You want to identify that information in the very top row of your synthesis matrix. Okay, so what do you put in the middle part? For each topic that you've identified, and your topics should be ideas that your sources discuss. You don't want them to be too broad, because then it will be hard to really provide detailed content, but you don't want them to be so narrow that you end up having a synthesis matrix with like 20 columns. All right, so you want to fill in a cell in your table that summarizes the information that each source discusses on that topic. So if we take a look at an example here, this cell that's highlighted green, the concept would be, what would you put in this green cell? Whatever you've identified as source 2, what does it have to say about the topic that you've identified for this column? Okay, that's the information that you would summarize here. I also wanted to show you an example of a situation where, well, what if source 4, for example, doesn't have anything to say about this first topic? Source 1 does, source 2 does, source 3 does, but what if source 4 isn't saying anything? You can just put an X, or you can leave that cell blank. That's okay. You would identify that as maybe a potential gap in the research. Okay, so here's an example. In this example, we have 3 articles. These are our sources all the way in the left column. In the very top row, we've identified 4 topics that seem to be sort of the main topics that are discussed in the research, or at least the focus of maybe my research project here. And then for each of the cells in the middle, we are summarizing or writing a little bit about, what does this source have to say about this topic? What does this source have to say about this topic? Well, what does this source have to say about the next topic? And etc. And this is sort of what we've come up with here. Okay, so what is up with that? You have to write a literature review. You've been told a synthesis matrix can help, but how exactly can it help? Well, if you have structured your synthesis matrix with all of your sources in the very left column and all of your topics in the top row, what you're going to come up with is a table that for each column topic, you have information for 1 paragraph in your literature review. So each column in your synthesis matrix should represent a paragraph in your lit review. The synthesis matrix allows you to see which content within each source should be discussed in that paragraph. Okay, so for example, in your literature review, when you're talking about escapism, you know that you can bring up all 3 of these sources and you can explain the ideas that they have on escapism. Skip over to characters and character development. Same thing. When you are working on that paragraph of your literature review, again, you know that you can take a look at all 3 of your sources and comment on what they have to say about characters and character development. When you're talking about plot structure, you know that the only source you need to reference is your second source, because the first and the third don't have anything to say about plot structure. When you are writing your paragraph on community and fandom, for this example, again, you're only going to have to reference the first and the third source because you've noticed that your second source doesn't have anything to say about it. So you're already, once you're finished with your synthesis matrix, you already have an outline for each of the paragraphs in your literature review. And again, you are organizing them topic by topic, not source by source. Okay, so this is sort of just a quick outline of what that might look like. So paragraph 1, what do your sources have to say about topic 1? Paragraph 2, etc. Here's a quick bonus content. How can a synthesis matrix help you one step further? You've written your literature review, but now you know you need to identify some gaps. So there's 2 things that you could potentially do with your synthesis matrix to help you identify those gaps. One of the things is notice where maybe you have a topic, but not a lot of your sources are talking about that topic. Maybe one source mentions it briefly, but none of the other sources discuss it, or they don't go into too many details. That's a great place to say, hey, there is room for additional research here. This is going to be one of my research questions. Another thing that you can do, maybe your synthesis matrix is very full. There aren't really a lot of empty cells in your table. Add a column. What is it that you thought maybe your sources should have covered? You expected to read a little bit about this content, but none of them talked about it. So maybe there's an entire topic that's been overlooked here as you're kind of organizing and digesting all of the information in your sources. Maybe there's a whole topic that's not been covered, and that's another place that you could identify a gap in your research. So hopefully this helps you understand a little bit more about a literature review, what a synthesis matrix is, how they're connected, and how a synthesis matrix can help you to write a literature review and identify some gaps in your research. If you have any questions, send me an email.